Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Lily Reads. In today's video, we are going to be doing a spoiler vlog. Basically, I like to put up a vlog on the last day of every single month. I usually do it every month, if you've noticed, if I'm on my game. And I decided to do that in 2024. But instead of it being a normal vlog, I am going to spoil an entire book. We are going to read through this book. I'm going to spoil every single thing that happens in it. I'm going to come and talk to you every 20-30 pages. And we're just going to discuss this book. It'll be like a Socratic seminar. It will just be like we are sitting in a class together and discussing the book and what's going on in the book. I did this with the Christmas video and I really enjoyed doing that, just talking about one book the entire time, my thoughts on the book. A lot of you guys always have questions on how I read, how I decide if I like a book and all of that. And so this is how you kind of get into my mind of how I judge books, how I see books, what I enjoy about books. And that's what we're going to do all year. So the first book we're going to start with is Still House Lake by Rachel Caine. This is one of many books in a series, I believe. And I just want to read this book. I've wanted to read this book for a while and I'm going to do that. But before we get into the vlog, I have to do book club. So book club starts like literally in like 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. So I need to change my sweatshirt to the book club sweatshirts because we did launch merch. So hit the link down below if you want to buy some merch. But I need to change into the merch shirt. This isn't the merch shirt. We don't have white merch. But I need to change that. It's in my dryer because I had to dry it. And yeah, so I'm going to go do book club and then we will start reading Still House Lake and I'm going to spoil the entire book. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch. I don't know. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. I am starting book club. Hello, you guys. So as you can tell by my outfit, it's a totally different day. I did some clownery yesterday and the clown came back to bite. I decided to just be goofy yesterday, like to just spend the day being goofy. Everybody just need a day where they just gonna be goofy. I decided it was Kenya's comedy hour all day. I was just cracking jokes with my man. We watched some football and you know, it was just a good day. But did I read? No. I didn't even read before bed. I did not. The last time y'all saw me holding this book was the last time I held this book. That was almost about 24 hours ago. So that changes today because you got to make up for it. That's the thing. When you put stuff off for your future self gets fucked. And so I have to read this book today. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it 50 pages at a time, child. 50 pages at a time. But first, I have to film a podcast for my Patreon, and that's pretty much all I have to do today. I just worked out, so I don't have a lot on my plate. I just didn't want to spend all day reading today, which now I have to do. So I'll be back for some updates, but first, I got to get a little bit of work done, answer some emails. But yeah, I haven't read nothing. But I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Hello, you guys. You're probably wondering why I have eyeshadow on. I was on a phone call with my nieces and nephews and I was like doing eyeshadow like with them. It was a thing. It was a whole thing. But like I don't have no other makeup on my face and I'm about to wash this off. Finally, I can come and give you some initial updates on Still House Lake by Rachel Caine. I have made it to only page 50, a lousy page 50, but I am proud of being on this page 50 because I was kind of going to cancel this vlog because I just haven't had this itch to read. But I have made it to page 50, and let me tell you how this book is going, my thoughts, what's going on, because I'm spoiling the book. So we start off and we are with this lady. We are with this lady by the name of Gina Royal. She is looking forward to getting home, to hanging out with her husband and her kids. She wants to have a family night. So one day she is driving home. She has her kids in the car, and she sees that there are a bunch of police officers in her neighborhood, and she's like, this is weird. The more she keeps driving, she realizes these police officers are at her house, and she sees when she pulls up to her house that there is a car that has run into their garage, and she's like, oh my gosh, a drunk driver ran into our garage. So she gets out of the car, she confronts the police officer. She's like, this is my house, like, what happened, what's going on, did a drunk driver run into our house? And he's just like, he's real like, ooh, this your house, you the wife, you Gina Royal? She's just like, yeah. And so the police officers start to get a little bit mean. They start to get a little bit testy. And they're like, you need to get your ass in the car and you need to keep your hands on the steering wheel. And so they're like, seem like they're accusing her of something. She doesn't know what's going on. And so she keeps on talking and stuff. And she gets out of the car, starts to talk to police officers. The head detective comes, slams her against the car, and is just like, you're under arrest. And she said, under arrest for what? Like, I didn't do nothing. And so she was like, what does me have to do with this drunk driver running into our garage? And the detective's like, yeah, a drunk driver did run into your garage, but when he did that, we found something. And she's just like, what? And so the detective starts talking to her about the garage, and she's just like, I never go in the garage. The garage is my husband's workshop. What are you talking about? So she's like, you've never been in this garage before? Like, never? She's like, no, there's not even an entrance to it from the outside. You have to go through a door to even get inside of it. It's not easy to get inside, and he doesn't like people in his shit. So she goes, yeah, follow me, doll. And they go into the garage, and there's a body hanging from the goddamn garage, mutilated and dead. And we jump 4 years into the future. And we meet these three characters. We meet these three characters by the name of Atlanta, a little girl named Atlanta, a boy named Connor, and a woman named Gwen. I think her name is Gwen, child. Something like that. Her name is Gwen, I'm going to assume, because I don't forgot her damn name. But it don't matter. We quickly realize we are still following the same lady and her kids. They have just taken on new identities on Stillhouse Lake. So we are in Stillhouse Lake, and we are back with, what's her name? Gina. We are back with Gina, but she has a new name. Her kids have new names, and we're learning about their new life. So they live this new life. This is 4 years later since the whole thing with the husband having dead bodies in the garage. But they have taken on new identities several times. And we learn that they take on new identities because there are weird people online who are kind of trying to get revenge on them. They believe that the kids and the wife kind of had something to do with it, or basically the wife had something to do with it, and to get back at the wife and husband, they should like do their kids. So people have been threatening them and all types of stuff. So she kind of lives a very paranoid life. She goes to the gun range to try to go get a gun, and there's this altercation at the gun range between the guy that runs the gun range, Javier, and this weird dude who lives in the community. That matters because this weird guy has also come up again when Gwen/Gina, when she been going for a walk, she ran into this guy again, and she's like, that's curious, but she thinks she knows him. So like, put that on the board. That weird guy at shooting range is there, and he tried to get the tussling at the shooting range with the guy in the shooting range and said something really like, he made a Hispanic slur because Javier is Hispanic and everybody else in the town is like white or was in the shooting range, so he made a slur. It was a whole thing. He had like he wanted to shoot the dude with the shooting range gun. So he's on the board. Something's weird happening with him. But she has this guy who like does cybersecurity and stuff. She pays him to make sure there's nothing that links their old life to their new life. And if they get two things from this guy that someone is connecting a dot, they move. So that's what makes them move. Anytime someone gets close to finding them, they keep on moving. So she's really paranoid and feels like, she always thinks like, she sometimes feels like her husband is going to come and get her, but really she's running from these people online, these true detective crime sleuthing people. She be running from them because they crazy and be saying they gonna get him. Then when she go deeper and deeper, they be saying all types of stuff they want to do to them, mutilate them. It's weird. So she is constantly paranoid, and that's pretty much what is happening. She's paranoid. She's looking over her shoulder, and her husband, he went to trial, got convicted, and is on death row. So that's how that ended. They said he was a murderer. He's on death row. But they said it's going to take 20 years to kill him. She got acquitted. They said she didn't know nothing to do with this. That's why you got those weird people on the internet saying that she did have something to do with it. And he be sending notes. He be sending notes to her. Sometimes the notes are perfectly cute and fun, the husband. Sometimes the notes are perfectly cute and fun. Then other times he be threatening to kill her. There's that there. The daughter, whose name is Atlanta now, she been having problems at school. And then you got Connor, which is the boy. He's sick and tired of the mama being paranoid as shit, because they're both tired of the mama being paranoid. Like, they like, it's not that deep. Like, it's not that deep. Our daddy in jail. He killed some people. Like, what they gonna do? And that's what's going on so far. Now, there's an obvious, like, thing that's going to happen that's going to get the plot actually going. But that's the setup. That's the setup. And there's some people on the board. There's an old man on the board. She ran into this old man, and he was kind of creepy too. There's just creepy things in this town that like aren't creepy on the surface, but I think if you dig a little bit deeper, they're creepy. So I'm gonna read 50 more pages, then I'm gonna cook dinner, and then we'll talk then. Okay, I'm gonna try to get to 150 by the end of tonight. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Guys, I am back. I'm about to eat dinner. I just stepped out of the shower and I have to do my skincare routine, but I have to come and talk to you guys about the next 50 pages of this book. I have gotten to page 100. So last time I left you, I told you she went on a run and ran into the guy at the gun range who was starting a bunch of shit. I lied. That's not true. She ran into the guy who actually broke up the shit. So the guy who runs the gun range, who was Latino, and this white man who was acting like he was gonna shoot somebody in the gun range, they got to beefing. This white dude named Carl, I think, something like that, he steps in and he's just like, break it up Jonathan Majors style, right? And so that matters because he's back in the store. So that's who she runs into. So they get back home from their run and they see that the alarm in their house is turned off. And she immediately is just like, somebody coming to get us. Somebody coming to get us. Lo and behold, the son is upstairs in his room and he forgot to turn on the alarm. Ain't shit going on. But they keep telling her, like, you're paranoid, you're weird, like, and you're making all of us paranoid and weird. So anyways, the story keeps on going. Because she gets a knock at the door, and it is a detective. The detective in town knocks on her door, and he's kind of flirting with her a little bit. But the reason why he's knocking on the door is because he has the son's cell phone. So they have burner phones so nobody can track them, because, you know, she's paranoid about the weirdos online who think she's involved in killing those girls. And the husband, she kind of paranoid about him too, because, you know, he could break out of jail. Who knows? Anyways, so he's just like, your son left his phone on the school bus and it got to me, and now I'm bringing it back to you. And so they get to talking. He's kind of flirting with her, and she's, you know, she's checking the vibes. So she goes to the son and is like, here's your cell phone. She decides not to yell at the son for losing his cell phone, because she's just like, I already almost killed him thinking we had an intruder earlier, so I'm gonna cut him some slack. And so he's just like, thank you, but I got something to tell you. He's kind of hesitant to tell her, but he's telling her, he's like, I didn't lose my phone. Someone took my phone. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he says that the police officer's son stole his phone. And this is where the story has some continuity issues. The mother is just not really paranoid about that for some reason. She's paranoid by the smallest of things. But hearing that the police officer's son stole his phone sets off no alarms. Absolutely no alarms. She's just like, well, kids gonna be kids. And then the son is kind of like, maybe he took it, found what he needed on it, and gave it back. And she's like, yeah, he might have a crush on your sister, and he just wanted your sister's phone number. And it's just like, this is the thing you choose to show off? You've been so paranoid the whole book, but this is what you choose to be like, kids gonna be kids? Anyways, the police officer comes back, because the police officer comes back with another police officer, this black dude, and he's just like, where was y'all last night? So we in a whole nother day. Where was y'all last night? And they like, what the fuck is you talking about? Somebody got murdered on Steelhouse Lake. They found the body of a 18 to 22-year-old girl in the lake, and she been mutilated and all types of stuff. And so now this got the wife in a tizzy, because she's just like, who would do it? Like, what's the odds that 2 murders are, like, you know, in my backyard? Like, people are going to catch on to us and all this stuff. So we get some we get some information on what's going on with the husband. So the husband, he raped, tortured, mutilated, and killed several women. At first, they only had him on trial for killing one person, but then they found a storage unit. Well, our main character, the wife, she found a storage unit that had a bunch of women's clothes in it, and there was a journal, and he kept a journal of all the women he killed. So he killed multiple people. Y'all, she lets us be known, because she was talking about how she had no clue her husband was weird. She let it be known to us that her husband used to choke her with a cord during sex, and she really never had the option to say no. That never raised any red flags, boo-boo. So anyways, I told you she pick and choose when she want to be savvy. So this makes our main character be like, I gotta get out of town. So she decides she's gonna buy a van to pack up all their shit and leave. Well, she goes to Javi, the guy from the shooting range, because he's selling a van. And they get to talking, and this is where, once again, she lets her guard down. She starts telling Javi stuff about them, like they're on the run, they're always leaving, and all this stuff, which makes it not very hard for him to like find stuff on them. All he has to do is take a picture of her and reverse Google image her. Like, I don't know. Like, so she starts giving information to him for no reason. And then she gets a call from her daughter because the son is missing. The son is missing. So Javi and the mama, they run to the house to go see what's going on with the son, because now she trusts Javi. And they go to the house, and the son, we get a knock on the door while they looking for the son in the house. Tell me why the dude from the shooting range and the dude they saw walking while they was walking, he brings the son, and the son's face is fucked up. He done got beat up. And he's just like, yeah, I found your son. His face was messed up. And she really like kind of doesn't think twice about it either. And she kind of moves on. And so he brings the son, and the son is just like, yeah, I got a bully. I be getting bullied at school. You know how that go, like whatever. And that's kind of how we leave it after page 100. Let me make sure that's how we left it. Yeah, she's kind of in the middle on whether or not she's gonna move. She's gonna pack up and leave because she just doesn't want to be involved in this whole murder thing. It's too close to what's happened beforehand. So we have a lot of people on the board. My suspicions are the police officer. I think the police officer is in on it. But Javi could also be in on it because why the fuck did he have a van and he also lives in the middle of nowhere? Carl is too easy. The guy who's running, he's too easy of a suspect because like he's already weird. Like he brought the son, he's been running around, and he was at the shooting range. It's too easy to be him. So my guess is the police officer. But I don't know, and maybe our main character is unreliable. Maybe she's in on the bit. I don't think so though. Those are our people on the board, though. The son could also be doing it, by the way. The son could be doing it. That they're also leaving breadcrumbs that it could be the son, but I don't think that's it either. But those are my thoughts. Anyways, I'll come back at the next 50 pages and talk to you guys in the morning. Okay, so I said I was going to talk to y'all in the morning, but I've read my next 50 pages. And so I just want to come talk to you guys now to get my thoughts across. I want to say I am enjoying the fuck out of this book. This book has so much intrigue. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I usually, when I'm reading a thriller or suspense novel, the story starts to like take form and I'm like, okay, I know what road this is going to go down, especially by the halfway point. But I don't know what road this is going to go down. There's a lot of avenues and I'm curious about all of them. I'm curious about all the players on the board. Everything is interesting. So I told you that dude name was Carl from the shooting range. I lied. His last name is Cade. His name is Sam Cade. So he has become a really big part of the story because he is going to fix our girl's roof. Because when he came and dropped off the son, he offered to fix her roof because her roof is like damaged. And so she takes him up on the offer. Now she does go to Javi to ask Javi how he feels about Sam, just to get the word out about Sam. And Javi says like, ooh, I know Sam from around. Everyone likes him. He helped fix my roof. But that's interesting because when Sam came to the house, he said that he only had lived there for like 6 months. So how the fuck you know everybody in town and people got opinions on you and you kind of knew the town, right? But she kind of lets that go and she moves on. Sam starts fixing her roof. Her son starts to help Sam with the roof. And she starts to see that Sam and her son have a father-son type of bond. And her son is the happiest he's ever been. And so she's like, allows Sam to come over more. He starts building a deck. And she start having feelings for Sam. They be sitting out on the lake and they be talking. So eventually they kiss each other and it's like we together. And so they have an entire summer and everything is good. She's not paranoid. She got a man. Everything's great. Her kids are happy. Her daughter got some friends, whatever. One day she gets a letter in the mail from her ex-husband who's in jail. And the letter would have you believe he knows where she's at because he's like, remember when we said we always wanted that house on the lake? I really hope you didn't get that house on the lake and are sharing it with someone else. And so like, how would he know she on a lake and she got a man? So she's like, he knows where I'm living. So she's like, I'm gonna go pay him a visit. But before she goes and pays him a visit in jail, she makes a call and she's like, do it. So when we get to the jail, she realized she had her ex-husband beat up in jail. Like they beat his ass bad. So basically at the jail, they get to talking, the ex-husband and her, and he's basically like, you can't kill me because if you kill me, I'm going to tell everybody about you and you running how you be running around and stuff. And so she's like, okay. And they get to threatening each other back and forth. And he's like, you'll never be able to outrun me. Now he doesn't say he's stalking her, but he makes it seem like he is. So we kind of don't know. We don't know what he know. But the big news in these 50 pages is she goes back home and she tells Sam that she's changed her identity and that her ex-husband is the killer from Kansas. So like he knows everything. Sam, the dude, he knows everything now. And that's curious to me because like I said, how committed is she to this bit? I thought like she was gonna be like, this is my new life. I'm not gonna tell nobody ever about my old life. But all it takes is dating a dude for one summer and you tell him about your whole life. I just feel like she wasn't committed to the bit the way that she should be committed to the bit. But at this point, like I told you, I'm enjoying it. But I believe Sam is, I don't know who's doing the killing. That's the thing. I think Sam is the stalker. I think Sam has been hired by the husband to be the stalker because Sam says that he moves every 6 months. They be moving all the time. So why is he moving so much? He's moving to follow her. He's the person who's been following her. And then when they were sitting on the lake, she said he looks familiar. And that was weird. So I think Sam is the person following her. I don't know why Sam would need to kill somebody though. So I don't know who killed the person in the lake. But that could just be happening because the husband is just having him do that just to do that to keep her on her toes. But I do think Sam is the person doing that. Oh, by the way, she getting called into the police again. The police want to ask her some questions. And Sam said he think it's bad. But I don't trust Sam. I don't trust Sam at all. Because Sam keeps talking about how once she revealed that to Sam, everything that happened with her ex-husband, he was like, yeah, you must be so nervous about one of the victim's families coming to get you. Like, he wasn't worried about the husband in jail being fucking crazy. He was like, yeah, the victim's family, they're gonna come get you and they be well into their right. Like, they think you did it. And it's just like, that's kind of curious for that your mind to jump to that. But like, maybe that's too obvious. Maybe Sam is too obvious and I'm completely going. By the way, this series I'm going to do on my channel is not this thing where I'm trying to solve the mystery. Like, people do videos like that where they're trying to solve the murder mystery. That's not what we doing here, friends. Like, when I read the thriller or suspense novels or mystery novels, I actually don't even want to solve the murder mystery. It's just like, we need to discuss. And I'm just so stumped right now. So like, that's what I want to discuss. But like, if we ever do a thriller again, I'm not always going to try to solve the thrillers because that's not really kind of what I read thrillers for. But this one just has me curious. Anyways, so now I will just talk to y'all in the morning. I'm done reading for the night. It's really late, you guys. It's 12:43. So I'm going to go to bed and I'm just going to talk to you guys in the morning. And I'm headed on a road trip in the morning, actually. So I don't know when I'll be able to knock out more pages of this, but we will talk in the morning. Peace. Hello, you guys, and good morning. I told you guys I would come and talk to you guys in the morning, although I have nothing to talk to you guys about. I haven't read anymore because I just woke up. I woke up, I fed my turtle, I packed me some road trip snacks. My road trip snacks are grilled cheese, apples, a banana, and applesauce. I'm going to be in this car for about 5 hours. I don't want to stop. And so yeah, that'll get me through it. But before I go, got to get some gas because I'm actually not in my car. And I gotta stop by UPS really quick. I hope UPS is the drop-off center for this package. It was me and my partner's anniversary, and I bought him a watch, and the watch didn't fit because I don't know I don't wear watches. I don't know how watch sizes work, so I bought the wrong size watch. And one thing about me, see, y'all be sitting up online like, I don't like to return stuff. Not me, bitch. I get every fucking dollar back. Like, I will return anything. Like, I think because people don't return stuff, people don't realize how easy it is to return stuff. Like, all you gotta do is find whatever the drop-off location is. Sometimes they'll come pick it up at your house to get your money back. Like, please, baby, I find the fucking drop-off. If UPS not the drop-off location, someplace else will, and I will take it there. So anyways, that's what I'm about to do. And my road trip is to my mom and grandma's house. I'm a good daughter. I'm a good granddaughter. I like to go see my grandma and mom at least once a month. Definitely my grandma. So, I want to go see her. I miss her so bad. I have a dress. I wanted her to sew the sleeves together. It's a whole thing. I have a dress that's messed up and I wanted her to fix the sleeves, but I left it at home, and at this point I'm already a little behind, so I'm not even about to go back and go get it because I don't even know exactly where it's even at. So next time I see her, I'll do all of that. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. My gas is done, so let me go do that, go to UPS, and yeah, peace. Hello, you guys. Let me turn this down. It has been a full day. It has been a full day since the last time you guys saw me. I am about to head to my mother's house. I spent the whole day with my grandma, just talking, gossiping. You know how they go. And so I'm about to go to my mother's home. That's where I'm sleeping. And I think I might try to finish the book tonight. I got like, 130 pages left. Maybe finish is a little loose. I might try. I'm going to definitely knock out 50 pages that I can come talk to you guys about in the morning. But we're going to see. So I just wanted to come and tell y'all what's going on. I'm trying to see if my brother wants some food before I head to the house. So yeah, no reading has been done, but I'm just updating you guys on the vlog. But some reading will get done, and I will come talk to you guys about it either tonight or I'll update you guys in the morning. It'll just be kind of weird to update you guys in my mom's house because like everybody's gonna be asleep and I'm gonna be up talking to y'all. But anyways, I'm gonna get some Bojangles. That's what I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna go get some Bojangles. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Okay, you guys, so I have read 50 more pages and everyone in this house is asleep right now, so I kind of have to keep my voice hushed. I don't know how to whisper. It's not possible. Like, you guys, I'm loud in real life. Like, I just have a loud voice. My voice carries. So I'm going to try to whisper and try to do this quickly. Okay, so we have Gwen/Gina. She tells Sam that her ex-husband is a serial killer and everything with that. Sam, his name is Sam, right? Sam promises not to tell anybody, but he kind of is like done with her. Like, girl, I'm kind of done with you. And so she's just like, okay. Sam leaves, and all of a sudden there's a knock, knock, knock at the door. It's detectives. The detectives want to question her about the murders. They seem like they know something about her, like maybe they know the truth. And she's just like, you're going to need a warrant for that, mister, and I don't have to come and talk to you guys about shit. So she kind of like brushes them off. And so she calls Javi because she still hasn't gotten the van from Javi that she was going to get to run away, right? So she calls Javi and it's like, Javi, I need the van like now because I just need it, right? And so Javi is like, be there in 30 minutes. Well, Javi shows up and he shows up with the freaking police because he's just like, I know you're going to be on the run because I just got news that the police are looking for you. I guess they put it on the radio. So the police take her in because they think she is fleeing the scene. So they take her in, they question her. We realize that the police know who her true identity is. And they think that she is the person who killed the girl on the lake behind their house. They go back and forth. She gets interrogated for 4 hours. Finally, they let her go because they can't hold her on anything, right? So she gets home, and guess what? She wakes up in the middle of the night because somebody else has died
in that same lake. So 2 people are dead on the same lake, and they ain't playing no games with her. They just put her under arrest. They just put her under arrest and say that she's done it. So she's being questioned again by the police, like, you're doing this, whatever. And then all of a sudden, the police let her go. Because guess who is arrested? Sam. Sam has been arrested because somehow the detectives figured out that Sam has been following Gina and Gwen, and he's been lying about his real motives, and he is the brother of the last girl that Gwen/Gina's ex-husband killed. So he has been stalking her. And so like now they're like, they don't know who's doing the murders. Is it Sam? Is it that? And basically, so yeah, she finally leaves the police station. And when she pulls up to her house, there are people outside of her house because she has officially been doxxed. Everyone knows where she lives and everyone's coming after her. And that's where I am. She ends up getting into this car chase with some people who are chasing after her. Like, they want her ass. But she ends up like kind of whacking them. And there's a nice police officer of the 2. The original police officer who, like, you know, whose son stole the phone and stuff, he's there. He's kind of playing good cop. He doesn't believe she did any of the murders, and he's kind of like being on her side. That's who kind of comes to save them, I guess, when those people are chasing after them. And that's kind of how the chapters ended. So I already told you I knew about Sam. I knew that Sam was probably related to one of the victims. But there's still 80 more pages in this book, so I can't assume that that's like the last reveal. Like, something's going to get turned on its head. The son could be doing it, you guys. The son is a player on the board because the son has been hanging out with these boys. And I think these boys might be getting him to kill people. So the son is back on the board to me. I'm not really making any more guesses because I don't know, but I do want to finish this. So I'm going to finish this. Sorry if there's anything in my teeth. One day I will do a vlog without braces and we don't have to worry about stuff being in my teeth. One day. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the book, and when I finish it, that's when you guys will get my final thoughts on this book, okay? Peace.
Hello, you guys. I am at the gas station. You guys, I have this issue where, like, if someone is like standing outside of an establishment, so think gas station, grocery store, or anything, and they're like doing some type of charity thing, I'm always going to give money. Like, I have this thing where, like, if I can give money to people, I just do. I don't even know what it's for. I don't know. I just feel extremely like blessed with my life, and I'm just like, God put this person in front of me like for a reason, and so I should like give money, like, or put this thing in front of me for a reason. I don't know, but like surely many of times I've been scammed before, and like the thing I just gave money to like looks sketchy as hell, but I feel like I have to, like, I don't know. Anyway, I am headed back home. But before I head home, I need to give you guys a final update on the book because I finished the book last night when I was at my mother's house. So let me give you an update. My camera, my SD card is about to be full, so let me clear my SD card and then I'll come back. Okay, you guys, I deeply, deeply hope that my camera is not on like slow-mo. Anyways, I need to give you guys my final thoughts on Rachel Kane's Stillhouse Lake. So what happened? So last time I left you, everything was going on with the police. She found out about Sam. All of that stuff happened. They took her into the police. And where did it start? Let me go back to the last, like on page 200. Where was we at, family? Where was we at? Because I want to make sure I'm picking up where we left off. I unzipped the hoodie to show him that it's empty. Okay, so after like everything where last we left off, she went to the gun range because she was like stressed out. And so she's just like, I'm going to the gun range. I don't want to have to deal with any of this. And so when she goes to the gun range, Javi is there. He's just like, you seem stressed, but you know what? They didn't tell me you can't fire a gun, so you should fire your gun. We realize she's really good at shooting. That matters. But before she goes to the gun range, there's this other black woman detective who ends up coming to talk to her. And this woman, is just like, I know you're not involved in any of the killings that are going on, and I would really like to help you out so we can figure out who is doing it. And so that happens. She ends up getting a call from her husband. By the way, her husband calls her and says, like, there's something you're not looking into. There's something you're missing. There's something you're missing. And so she's just like, okay, whatever. So she ends up going to Sam's house. She sees Sam. Sam is the guy who was stalking her, who she was dating. She ends up seeing him on his porch because they had decided that Sam is also not the killer. Sam admitted to stalking Gina/Gwen, but he did not kill those girls. It's just not adding up. His alibi is too smooth. That's what Kinsey, that black detective, that's what she lets us know. So it has to be somebody else. And so she goes to Sam's house and she's talking to Sam, and her and Sam become like friends again. Sam's just like, my sister died. I was mad at you. I thought you were in on it, but getting to know you, I realized like you're a good person. I don't think you could do something like this. So they get to talking, and all of a sudden Gwen looks out the window and she sees somebody holding a shotgun pointed towards Sam's head. They blow the shotgun. She moves Sam out the way, and the person takes off running. So they call the police. The police come and say, yeah, we got this false report that an officer was down the street too. So something is going on. And that's when our main character quickly realized, my children. She runs to the children, and she realizes her children are missing. And so there's a whole like wide search for the children, and they decide that they're all going to do like a hunt for the children. Well, one of the officers, the main officer, what was his name? Graham ends up like, I'll take you to the search. Y'all know how this go. So she gets in the car, it's raining, and she realized Graham is not taking her to the search. Graham is trying to kill her, y'all. Graham is the killer. Graham is the person doing it. Graham has done everything just to get everything out of the way. Graham has done everything. Graham is responsible for the 2 murders. Graham is responsible for the shotgun, and he's using his 2 boys to do all of this, to lure the girls in, all because he is obsessed with her ex-husband. He is one of those fanatics online who are obsessed with, the true crime stuff, and he's kind of a copycat. Something that is interesting. So remember, I don't know if I told you guys this, there was a guy who was kind of like doing surveillance for her, doing like the internet cybersecurity stuff. Yeah, he was in on it as well. He knows Graham and he knows the husband, and he was in on it as well. So you know how these types of scene goes. She's in the car, she runs out of the car, all of a sudden she whacks him down, beats him up, runs to this cabin. The 2 boys, the 2 sons are at the cabin. One of them kind of just like, I don't even want to be in this, I'm just listening to daddy. Then the other one, he has a gun and he's trying to shoot her. He does a couple shots, they don't land, and then finally the police come and get her. And so then she goes to the back room, and he's like recreated their entire garage. Remember the garage she pulled up to at her house when they found the girl dangling in there? He recreated that, and basically he planned on killing our main character, right, and her kids, but the kids are not dead, they're locked away. And so in the end, that's what happened. But wait, I told you guys this is a part of a series, because the final thing we find out, her husband has escaped from jail. I'm giving this book 5 out of 5 stars. Number 1, I guessed everything. The only thing I did not guess was that I did not guess. I see, the thing is, there was things I had in my head I didn't tell you guys. The only thing I knew the cybersecurity guy was not who he said he was. I knew he was more in on it, but I didn't think it out, so I don't get to claim that because I didn't tell y'all. But I told y'all that the police officer was in on it. The very first clip I was talking about this book, or second clip, I told you the police officer was in on it because of the cell phone. Remember, they took the cell phone at the beginning? I said he was in on it. Our main character just, let that pass, and she shouldn't have. And look, she shouldn't have. He took the cell phone and he basically copied the cell phone. So he was in on that. And he was doing the killing. I knew it was him. And then I told you that so Graham did the killing. Sam was stalking her. I told y'all that too. And I didn't tell y'all about the cybersecurity thing, but I had it in my head. Anything else going on? Yeah, that's pretty much how it all ended. That's how it all went down. And I'm going to give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I was in this the whole time. Yes, I will be picking up the next one. There's 6 books in this series, so it's going to get silly to a point, like, obviously. But I'm going to read it till it gets silly. I'm going to read the next one. I'm going to pick up the next one. The author of this died in 2020. Rachel Kane is no longer with us. She died in 2020, so rest in peace to her. But 5-star read from me. Mayana from Mayana Core is the reason why I picked this book up. She recommended it, and I got my hands on it. So win for you, Mayana. Thanks for that one. And yeah, I'm going to end this vlog. I have a 5-hour drive ahead of me, but I went to pick up some Chinese food. I'm going to eat the chicken wings in my car. Yes, I am. And yeah, I will see you guys next month for some more vlogs. Pick this up. Don't pick this up. If you watch this entire video, you have no point to pick this up. I have literally spoiled everything that happened, told you who did it, told you who was a part of it. Oh, by the way, that's what I'm going to tell you guys. The cybersecurity guy, he was letting people know he was working against her the entire time. Like, he was acting like he cared about her location, but in reality was like giving anyone who would ask information. He was working with the dad. He was working with the dad. The dad was up in on all of this. Anyways, that was going on. I'll see you guys later. Peace.